Stop hating from outside the club. Seriously, stop it. So you saw what that other creator, artist, influencer, accountant, mentor, mentee person did. And you said to yourself, I could have did better than that. But did you? Like, did you? Now, two things came across my desk that made me think about this. One, a friend sent me and another friend a tweet in our group chat, and this is what it says. Hold on, let me get this screenshot. You consume content about people doing the thing instead of doing the thing. Their interviews, their processes, their behind the scenes feels adjacent enough to the actual work that it satisfies the urge temporarily. Then you close the video and you're still exactly where you were, just more informed about how other people moved while you stayed still. Babe. So yeah, that tweet reminded me of this activity from the Artist's Way called the jealousy map, where basically you like list out people that you're jealous or envious of. And for me, it was less of like jealousy and more about like admiration. Because I didn't feel like I was like hating on them. It was just like, dang, I wish why can't I? Why haven't I? Like, what would it take for me to? That's more so how I was thinking about it. Um, and what it really boiled down to is the fact that I felt like I admired people who showed up more courageously online and seemed like they were like themselves, seemed more fully expressed. And that really resonated with me and got me thinking about the delta between how they move through the world and how I move through the world, and really start to think about the actions and steps that I can take so that it was less of a comparison game and more of me figuring out what I should be focusing my time and energy on so that I don't have to be admiring them. Or it's actually, I think it's okay to be admiring them. I think the thing is like not wondering like, why can't I? And not feeling like scarcity around my ability to have the kind of creative journey that I want to have. And I forgot to tell you that it was also like people who had a skill or a talent. And thinking about it, I probably called it a talent because I think that allowed me to feel like my inability to do said thing was less in my control. But they had a skill, like drawing, for example. Those people I was like actively probably jealous of. Definitely earlier in my design career. But I think once I got around to finally learning to draw, I then it maybe was like more like envy. Damn, that doesn't feel good to say, but that's my truth. So yeah, turns out I'm also driven by these same emotions, and I think that's okay to acknowledge. The major key is like, what are you gonna do about it, babe? Like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna tell y'all like some examples and actions that I've taken to address my own envy, jealousy, admiration. I'm going to get my phone because I don't want to forget anything. Okay, so the first one was I was definitely jealous of people who could draw. And I finally ended up learning to draw after so much resistance and hating the part where you're bad at it. And so I tried multiple times over the course of like probably 10 or 15 years and finally came around to it in what year is it? 26? So I think 24. Maybe 23, but yeah. So the other one is like creating my YouTube channel. I'm like, all these people are saying these stupid things. Like, who gave them a microphone? Girl, they got one off, you know where they got it from. So, like, if you have something to say, grab a microphone. Do I love that that means we're going to hear from a bunch of people we maybe don't want to hear from? No, I don't love it. But you know what? I have the same right to get my little mic and get on my soapbox. And this is my soapbox. I want everybody to move towards action and away from solely focusing on critique. So those are two examples. I also have evolved into posting more short form content. I just knew that short form wasn't going to be my thing. I'm like, how am I going to tackle long form and short form? And like, am I great at either of them? Probably not. but I'm doing both and I'm learning as I go. And I see what other people do that I like, and I'm like, is that my style? No. Okay, I don't need that, but like, that's cute. I can like that from afar. It's like, is it my style? Yes. Cute. What parts of it belong in what I have going on? And that has allowed me to just like consume things from a place of like inspiration and learning, which is really a great space to be in. And it makes the internet so much more fun and engaging for me. Like, I really don't encounter a ton of mess because I just be looking for the things that's gonna make me laugh, help me learn something, make me feel seen or good, or be like, yeah, that's cute, like that's the vibes. What else do I have? Sharing more of my creative process. So I've been painting more in some of my videos and just being okay with people judging work in progress and like judge it, babes, but like, what work do you have in progress? If you can answer that and your critique's valid, I don't mind it. I probably don't want to hear it, but I don't mind it. And then the last thing is I really want to just move into doing more audacious, creative things like pitching myself and not sitting back and waiting for anyone to discover me. Because for what? If I know where I want to be and what I want to do because I've seen these other people do it, what's stopping me from putting myself out there and showing what I've already done and seeing what happens? Like, that's really it. I really think it's important to just like do something and see what happens. At the end of the day, I think to get what we want, we have to give the universe something to react to rather than like waiting for something to happen. Like for me, taking action has always gotten better results. Like I'll either fail and learn from it or succeed and like, wow, I've manifested something with my own action and power. That's lit. And like that can't happen if I give my power away or assume there's only space for one person to do this thing that I want to do, or to spend all my time critiquing other people and their work. So, like, seriously, take the first step, stop hating from outside the club, figure out why you think you can do it better, and then do it. You got this, but you gotta do something. Now, let me get back to making because I'm over here critiquing the critics and I got painting to do. If you want to see what I'm making, I have some other videos showing my painting process, some sketchbook tours they'll be linked around here. And if you like what you see there are prints in my shop. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.